Hi, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday Wisdom. I'm Melissa Peshka with Essential Life Mastery Coaching and Healing. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today, I want to talk to you about transforming your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions. Okay. So, you have these thoughts, these feelings, and these emotions surrounding an event or circumstance, experience that you've had, and they're not the most pleasant. Okay. So, how can you move forward while you still have all this? Okay. Um, the way to move forward is to move through them, through those feelings, through those thoughts, through those emotions. You can't just put them on the back burner because they're always still going to be there. Okay. Just like the event, the experience is always going to be there. But you can transform those thoughts, feelings, and emotions into something less damaging. Okay. They can be turned into neutral if you really want them to, and sometimes even a positive. So you have an experience, all right, and you're having all these thoughts, all these feelings, all these emotions, and you need to break them down, okay? And you need to say to yourself, you need to ask the questions, ask the validity of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're going through. How is it helping you? How is it hurting you? And what's its value? Okay, what's its value to you? So, for an example, okay, your partner cheated on you. You feel everything. You feel frustrated. You feel angry. You feel furious. You feel pick an expression and you're an emotion and you're feeling it. Okay, and then once the high comes down, then you start to think about what was wrong with me. What did I do? What didn't I do? What? Why did my partner stray away from me? Um, what could I have done better? You start to think those what ifs or, coulda, shoulda, wouldas. So instead of doing that, realize that this experience happened. Nobody makes anybody do anything, okay? They choose to do an action. And if you're involved in it, then you're the recipient of that action. You feel that, okay? It's not done to you. It's you're involved. All right? So it's just done and you're involved. But you also have feelings and you have thoughts and you have emotions and all that. So you're attached. You're attached to it, okay? However, you question all of that. So you start thinking and you start analyzing and you start doing all this stuff. What you really have to stop and think is, what do I want to do? Okay. This happened. I can't change it. It's done. So you have to choose. If we're still in this example of your partner cheated, do you want to forgive them? Do you want to stay with them? Do you want to move forward from this? Okay. If that's the case, then you need to take those steps and you need to cleanse everything that you're feeling, the anger, the frustration, the resentment, all of that. You need to cleanse that and change that into positive. You could look at that situation and say it could either be the worst thing that happened to us or the best thing that happened to us. I've known couples that have gone through situations like that and come out on the other side 100 times better, happier, more together. So, or you can choose to walk away and say, I can't live with this. I can't ever trust you again. And that's okay because you're being true and you're being honest to yourself. And yet you're still going to have all these lingering emotions and feelings and everything like that. You could walk around, saying, I'm never going to get into another relationship because I can never trust anybody. Well, then you build up trust issues. Now you've got that on your plate too. It's way too far. Okay. Not everybody lies. Not everybody cheats. Not everybody is deceitful. It happens more often than you could possibly even think happens. Somebody could lie to you right to your face in 5 minutes. Okay. But if you're not involved, it doesn't affect you. It's when you are involved that it affects you. Okay. So in this situation, you choose to leave. So now that other person, you have such rage and anger and you despise that person and you don't want to see them, you don't want to talk to them. Well, who does that affect? That affects you. All those thoughts, all those feelings, they affect you. That person might not even care if they ever talk to you again. Cut, dry, boom, I'm gone. Okay? They may not care. But yet here you are still holding on to all that, where you could look at it and say, well, I've had this experience, and obviously I wasn't the person for them. They wanted somebody else, or I didn't make them happy. And that's fine, because you know what? I'm still a good person. I did everything that I could. I was me. And if I can't make somebody love me, so that's when you just say, fine, go ahead, move on. Then that's good. I forgive you. I let you go. I'm okay. I'm great. And on the other side of that, you could find strength. You could find confidence. You could find independence that you may never have realized you didn't have because you were so dependent on somebody. You were so secure with somebody. You were so coddled by somebody that you might not even realize that you're missing those traits. Okay. Now, some people go to the extreme and they become so independent and so confident that they're untouchable, which can also be a good or a bad thing. But, on the other side, you could come out of this the happiest you've ever been because had that event not happened, you might not have left that person just because it was convenient, it was comfortable, it was whatever. All right. Circumstances, may they be. But when you pray for patience, when you pray for confidence, when you pray for independence, it doesn't just happen at a snap of a finger. You are given opportunity to achieve that, to gain that trait, to acquire that ability to be that. And this situation is presenting itself with the opportunity, okay, to gain that. So you can look at it in that light instead of woe is me, being the martyr. This happened to me. No, it happened for you. As one door closes, another door opens. Okay. So, you know, it's easy to say, okay, but I'm going to be honest, it's easy for me to say it now because this was my situation. This was my traumatic experience. And I went through all the stages of grief because you will grieve. I went through all the worry, all the fear, all the everything. I got my body, my physical body got sick. Okay. And on the other side of that, I never realized how dependent I was, how unconfident I was, insecure I was until afterwards. And yeah, it takes a long time. It's not going to take 5 minutes. It's not going to take 5 months. It may not even take 5 years. Okay, but you will come out on the other side. I'm living proof. Confident, secure, independent, and knowing that you are the person you are. And trust me, you will find yourself on the other side. Because when you're so connected to somebody and so dependent on somebody else, it's almost like you don't know where one starts and the other ends. You will find your soul. You will find yourself. Okay? But only until you take those thoughts, break them down, and individually analyze each one and turn it around. My thought was, what did I do wrong? Maybe nothing, maybe everything. Okay, but in my mind, I did everything that was in my power to be a good person, to be a loving, caring wife, to do whatever I could do. And it still wasn't enough. And that's okay. That's okay because we weren't happy for a long time. And I probably would have never left. But it wasn't an easy thing to do. I jumped. Okay. And then I thought all the feelings, and I felt all the emotion. And then I started to analyze and grow and think of things once the dust settled. But until then, you have to maintain that this didn't happen to me, it happened for me. Okay. And I know and I have faith that on the other side of this, I am going to flourish. It's just your mind is stopping you from thinking that. It's your mind, it's your heart. Everything is telling you you're not going to be okay. This is horrible. This is the worst thing you've ever been through. But I guarantee you, in 5, 10 years, whatever, depending on how much you do the work, I did a lot of work very quickly. You will look at it and say, wow, that was awesome. What an awesome experience. I wouldn't say it was the best thing that ever happened to me, but it taught me a lot. It taught me so much. And you know why it taught me so much? Because I was willing to take my thoughts, analyze them, and change them. I was able to take my emotion, coddle it, and embrace it, basically, because you have to honor those feelings. You have to honor what you're feeling and realize this isn't helping me. This is hurting me. This is doing no good for my life. And I have to let this stuff go. And I have to move forward. So I promise you, you can do the same thing. Transforming your thoughts and your feelings is a very difficult thing to do, but it can be done. Can it be done with help? Yes. Can it be done alone? Yes. It's harder. But if you're interested in finding out how to transform these thoughts and feelings and emotions, please reach out. I'd love to sit down, have a conversation with you over coffee, tea, wine, water, whatever. Just reach out. We can touch base and share some thoughts about what we can do to get you back on the right track. Okay, everyone. Well, I wish you a blessed day, and I thank you all for watching. I encourage you to like my page, and please go check out Your Thriving Life on my website. I'll put the link in. It talks about my 8-week coaching program, The Art of Thriving, Becoming the Master of Your Life, and it all entails this. All right, everybody, take care. Thank you.